Yay Networks.
Welcome to the Perfect Pair Podcast one more again. Rock-T's who I beezy.
And I'm Krystal, Rock-T's better half.
Does anyone have a mother-in-law from hell? Oh,
I don't.
no, we don't. Shoot.
I don't.
We love both our mamas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of y'all out there that says, we got a mother-in-law that I don't like. And here's why. Because y'all sent us an email about a mother-in-law story. And then we wasn't going to bring it up first, but then you heard something on the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Yeah.
And that related back to this mother-in-law story that we received from one of our listeners. So we're going to break that down, explain it to you, give you our thoughts of this situation, and then let you guys follow up and let us know what y'all think on social media and all that good stuff. All right? Okay.
Rocky.
Let's get to it. Perfect Pair Podcast starts.
Oh, gosh.
Right now. All right, let's get it popping there.
I'm trying to get used to it. Like, I really am. I know y'all was like, Krystal, you should be used to it by now, but I'm not. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. But anyways, so there's this young lady. Her and her fiance, they're engaged. They're getting ready to get married. And so they set their wedding date. Mm-hmm. And her fiance's mom, her future mother-in-law, asked, could they redo the date? What do I want to say?
Postpone
the date of the wedding. So, because she needs to remodel her kitchen.
This is the mama. This is mother-in-law.
The future mother-in-law.
Right.
Can you postpone the date because she needs to remodel her kitchen and it won't be ready in time for family to come stay with her? So the fiance, she was like, well, can they not get a hotel room? Well, the future mother-in-law said, you can't expect my family to come and expect me to ask my family to come all the way up here and have to pay for a hotel. Okay. So she said, so then she looked at her fiance and then just to keep the peace, she was like, okay. So they postponed the wedding.
Ooh. Okay.
So they move it back again. So now the wedding has been moved to November of the following year. And so the future mother-in-law ends up falling and hurting her knee. So now she has to have surgery. This is in August. She said that she called them and asked they need to postpone the wedding again because her knee won't be ready in time for the November wedding. So she needs them to postpone it, and because she doesn't want to be injured and hurt when the wedding's here. So the fiance at this point is just devastated. So she tells her own mom, like, what's going on? And she feels like her future mother-in-law is trying to, like, sabotage their wedding, doesn't want them to get married. What's going on? So her mom decides to go talk to her future mother-in-law. Well, now her mama come back to her and told her, girl, just be quiet and do what the lady say, because she gonna pay for the wedding in full and y'all's honeymoon. So the fiance is like, wait a minute. Like, I don't care that she's going to pay, and we didn't ask her to. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but is she trying, and that's another thing she did ask, is she trying, do you think she's trying to be nice? Maybe she is.
Or
is she trying to be controlling?
That part.
And so she was like, I just don't know. But my mom feels like I should be quiet, do what this woman says, how she wants it, because she's paying for the wedding and paying for our honeymoon. So now me and my fiance is thinking about eloping. And should she elope, and would that be wrong? Or should they accept this so-called nice thing the future mother-in-law is going to do for them and allow her to control the wedding date?
Okay, so before I throw you my 2 cents.
That's what she want to know.
Do we know if mother-in-law has been controlling before these couple of incidents before then?
We don't know.
Okay.
No, we don't know any. We don't know the specifics at all. There.
So let me say this. Now, if a mother-in-law has a history of being controlling, meddling, always got something to say about the couple, and just always just in their business, and then these other things keep happening that's postponing the wedding, man, please, I would not have postponed it that first time. Because the kitchen ain't done? I'm sorry, that's your problem. And if you're willing to pay for the wedding, then obviously you ain't hurting for money. So you pay for the hotel rooms with your family. First thing.
Okay. I'm glad you saying it.
The second thing is, okay, we don't want no one to get hurt. So the knee injury, we just, prayed that your knee got better and all that good stuff or whatever. But it wouldn't even got that far. Like, sorry, we getting married. And mama-in-law just going to have to figure it out on her side. You know what I'm saying? Because if mama-in-law pay for that wedding and if she has controlling tendencies, a track record, she ain't gonna never let them hear that down. They gonna, I paid for your wedding.
And
I paid. They gonna use it. She gonna use it against them.
Because the girl did say that too. She was. I
can say what I want to say. I'm the one that paid for this. I can say you can't. That's my son. Well, all that kind of stuff, man. Come on, man.
Because she did say that she felt like that she would use this against them and hold it over their head if she paid for their wedding and their honeymoon.
So that goes to my point. There must be a history of that already happening.
But to me, I'm not trying to be funny because the way Steve Harvey, the way he was coming about on the show when I heard them talk about something like this, I'm kind of with him when you got to read in between the lines of what people are saying. When she says she can't ask her family to come to the wedding, drive down there or fly there and get a hotel, obviously these people don't have money.
Okay.
And when I say money, I mean know how to manage money, because regular people are going to be like, okay, the wedding's at this time. I got about at least 6 to 7 months to save budget so I can get there, pay for my hotel, and do what I need to do. Because that's what I mean by money. I'm not talking about money in a way like you got to be rich. Like, I'm just being honest.
Common sense.
Because we didn't have money all the time when all my friends, everybody was getting money like that. We was getting married. We literally, you budget. And plus you got kids.
Come on now.
So you got babies.
And you got plenty of time.
Right. So now, so I get it. Like,
and guess what?
Right.
If you can't afford to make the trip, it's okay.
Right.
Nobody's going to beat you up and hate you forever if you can't make it.
So to me, that's another red flag of like, you got it like that. Because how big is your house for you to because you just remodeling your kitchen. So just keep people out your kitchen. At this point, how I see it.
Right.
But I mean, if your house is not as large, I can understand why you can't have people in your house because you're remodeling your kitchen. It's no room.
But if you're willing to pay for the wedding, obviously she's not hurting for money. Because weddings aren't cheap. Unless you're just doing something real.
Okay. Let's get to that point. Let's get there. That's what I'm about to get at. We don't know if she gonna pay for a wedding for her son and this woman to go to the lake real quick and camp out.
Right. $500.
If that's the honeymoon. $500. We don't know if that wedding was, because to me, how everything is coming about,
right,
it don't sound like it's gonna be a
elaborate wedding.
No, right. Not at all. Not
$500.
Not at all.
$8.
Like, everything about this just don't sound like you talking about some people that's my cousin gonna barbecue.
Right.
Such and such gonna DJ.
Right.
We got somebody, she gonna sing the song.
Right.
As you walk down. That's what's popping up in my mind. I could be wrong for saying this shit, but this is what I think.
You don't need no wedding dress. Just wear that white outfit you got before
right.
21.
Exactly.
With a braille on you.
Okay.
A veil, whatever, dog.
Something like that. So I'm like, to me, I'm like, no. And then this woman shows, let's say she has never been controlling before until now. She don't want to let that son go, and she don't like you and don't want you to be a part of her son's life, and she want to make sure you know she gonna always be that woman in his life.
That part.
And in my opinion, you got to teach people how to treat you. So in my understanding, I'd have been like, thank you, but no thank you. We're going to pay for our own wedding the way we want to and how we want to do it. Or we will elope and we'll just dismiss y'all altogether.
Come on now.
I know it may hurt your feelings and it may hurt your mom's feelings and your parents' feelings, but y'all are starting a new life. Now it's going to be you and your husband. Even if she paid for it, it's supposed to be you and your husband. Your mama and your daddy, they are no longer your immediate family. Your wife is.
Ooh.
Your husband is.
Come on now. And don't let nobody, whether they pay for it or not, don't let them hold that over you. And hold a grudge, so they can always control you from afar. Don't do it. It is what it is. And sometimes you got to trim that fat. Cut loose and say, hey, man, deuces, I still love you.
Right.
I check on you when I can, but I ain't got time for all that bull crap.
And my thing is, you got to respect it. You got to form boundaries. This is forming a healthy boundary. And if you insist on doing this stuff, then, you're going to have to just miss this part of my life.
Come on now.
I hate for you to miss it, but you're going to have to respect what I want to do.
And what's going to end up happening is when that respect finally comes back around, everybody's going to be happy.
Right, because I mean, she doing it because y'all are allowing her to do it. And if you let this woman pay for whatever wedding she want to give y'all, because that's what she going to pay for. Her brother going to be cooking. Somebody's going to be singing. Her cousin DJing. That's the wedding she going to pay for. Because I just don't understand why you have a house, be in the kitchen remodel, and they still can't come stay there.
Right.
And your house is big enough. That's just a telltale sign to me that your house is not that big. And that's okay. Like, not judging you and saying anything, but for somebody to be that controlling and act like they gonna pay for some stuff, I'm gonna need you to sit down because you gotta come better than that.
Or the house is that big and she's just trying to sabotage the wedding and just saying, just trying to say, keep her.
I say no.
Right.
And y'all pay for your own wedding and still invite them, or you elope and call it a day.
Right. And if you can't afford your wedding, then do that part, elope, and then maybe you can come celebrate have another wedding.
I don't even think it's that they can't afford it. I think they were already planning, because and that's another thing she said. I forgot to bring that up. The lady stated that she had no idea she was planning to pay for the wedding or the honeymoon.
Meaning,
and to me, let me tell you why I think that's some bullshit too. The mama ain't gonna pay, because when you set a date and you start doing stuff, you gotta start paying deposits.
Immediately.
You gotta start doing that. And the mother-in-law ain't putting no deposit down. Man, miss me with that shit. I'm sorry.
There it is.
I mean, maybe she gonna give her a check at the end as they wedding gift at the end. Let me know the total. I don't know, but I just don't see her doing no stuff like that.
Right. It's everything ain't matching up the right way.
When you reading between the lines, and I know somebody out there know you right, Krystal. I know. High five. I feel you too. We good. I understand, you understand. So, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I hope I am, and I'm sorry. But in my mind right now, I ain't wrong.
Hey, it's just our opinion. It is what it is, man. Ain't no right or wrong about nothing, doggone it.
I ain't wrong in my mind. Shit, I don't care.
So there you go. That's our 2 cents that we threw in there. Y'all can take it for whatever you want. Go tell a friend and continue to watch Perfect Pair Podcast, man. Thank you guys for everything that you're doing. Download, subscribe, follow the YouTube channel, Instagram, Perfect Pair Podcast, all that good stuff. We'll see you next time. Deuces.
Bye.
Yay Networks.